Welcome back to the IONIC Educational Series. In the first episode, you learned about what IONIC does and its place in the Superchain ecosystem. Now it's time to take a deeper look into IONIC. The IONIC you see today is the result of nearly 3 years of development, testing, and deployment by a seasoned team of Web3 engineers and financial innovators. The initial goal was simple: create a consumer oriented, multi chain money market protocol supporting any token. Along the way, the team learned about the complexities of decentralized money markets, including things like isolated lending pools, liquidity management strategies, infrastructure requirements, and user behaviors. From this experience, Ionic in its present form was born, paving the way for it to become the premier lending protocol on the Superchain, a protocol capable of quickly and safely scaling to new tokens and chains, with a bulletproof security infrastructure to keep user funds safe. Throughout this process, the Ionic team benefited from the support of its DeFi partners, chain partners like Optimism and Mode, and from some of the best known protocols in the industry, including Antheus Labs, Unit Zero, Pyth, Redstone, Renzo, EtherFi, KelpDAO, and many more. Ionic's growth into the premier money market on the Mode network is a crypto success story. It burst on the scene as a Mode network launch partner and captured $2 million of assets in just its first 24 hours. Its total value locked quickly grew to $50 million in 30 days, $100 million in 60, and exceeded $250 million less than 4 months after its launch. Its public sale of ION tokens sold out within hours, and it presently stands as the #1 money market app on the Mode network, according to DeFi Llama. More broadly, Ionic is in the top 10 for all single chain money market apps, and in the top 20 across all money markets on all chains. After just a few months of operation, it is already in the company of long standing category leaders like Aave, Compound, Morpho, and others. Ionic's battle tested security infrastructure, intuitive user interface, wide variety of supported assets, including early integration of leading liquid staking derivatives and restaking tokens, and its novel points program and tokenomics, have made it the go to choice for many users on the Superchain. But fast growth hasn't caused the Ionic team to ignore security. It has enlisted the leading risk management firm, Antheus Labs, as well as security specialists Hypernative and QuantStamp, to constantly monitor and assess the protocol's health and safety. Ionic's robust security and fast growth has set the stage for its expansion from Mode into the rest of the Superchain. Ionic is already making progress on Base and Optimism, and is deploying to 4 new chains in the coming quarter, with implementations on those chains up and functional for early users from day one. Ionic's basic revenue model has also been put in place, with income resulting from the spread between borrowed and lent assets, as well as a percentage from liquidations. However, sustainability will come from its unique tokenomics model, which builds the value of its native ION token. Emissions, incentivized LP staking on multiple chains, and bonding are already in place to reward users for their loyalty while offsetting borrowing costs at scale. In addition to expanding its chain footprint, Ionic will also develop new infrastructure to complement the rapidly growing superchain and deploy new features, including perps, yield vaults, and automated multi-chain yield strategies to supplement its core money market tools. In its final form, Ionic aims to become its own app-specific rollup, offering a seamless experience across all money market functions for any user on any chain with any asset, while capturing the most optimized yields. During Ionic's launch, users can earn points through lending and borrowing assets, reflecting their contributions to the Ionic ecosystem. For supplying assets, points are awarded proportionally to the dollar value of the assets supplied. But for borrowing, a higher point multiplier is used, reflecting the increased value of borrowing to Ionic's growth. Points for supplying and borrowing are additive, and in addition to the basic Ionic points, users also earn mode points and other points tied to specific assets or protocols, such as Eigenlayer, Renzo, KelpDAO, and Turtle Club. Finally, another layer of points can be earned through special events, like the Optimism Superchain Summer, the Superfest, or asset-specific campaigns. All Ionic points convert to the ION token at set intervals and have the effect of jump-starting revenue generation for users of Ionic and the ION Tokenomics model. IONIC's tokenomics incorporate a strong incentive flywheel to drive total value locked and utilization of the platform. The tokenomics balance the current growth needs of the protocol with the need for ongoing incentives for users, the team, and other stakeholders. Emissions and other user-targeted subsidies are scheduled to run in perpetuity, while team members and other growth partners have sufficient incentives through their vested allocations to continue building Ionic until it reaches full-scope decentralization. Mechanically, Ionic's tokenomics aim to address common issues in DeFi by aligning incentives and promoting sustainable growth. It uses KPI-based emissions to avoid inflation and incorporates a velodrome-style voting mechanism for boosting yields. Ionic depositors can earn ION token emissions and lock their ION in the protocol's LP pools. All ION LP pools are heavily incentivized via bribes on VE33 dexes, and the multiple pool options allows users to choose between 50-50 or 80-20 LP positions. Liquidity providers can then stake their LP tokens for VE ION, enabling them to earn multiple revenue streams and directly increase emissions on their most used pools through voting. The system focuses on capital efficiency and risk management, aiming to support the Superchain vision with high APRs for lenders and low-cost capital for borrowers. We'll provide a more detailed look at ION tokenomics and staking in a later episode, but this wraps up our video for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.